Hello and welcome again to Forgotten Temples with myself, Mr. B. You find me at Prasat Nang Ram. And this, I absolutely promise you, made me go, holy moly, when I came round the corner. Because it's really, really big. Now, it's not just that. It's what it is. It's not a temple. But firstly, allow me to show you how large this is. Now, what I'm going to do is my traditional, and that is to bugger off. Now, the microphone will cut out, I have no doubt, but as I disappear, you will see how much smaller I get, which amplifies as to how large this is. And remember what I've just told you, this ain't a temple. So why is it so big? And if that is not enough, I have another addition to this story that will amplify it and make it grow even bigger still. It really is incredible to me. So here I go, I'm buggering off. Right. Now notice I'm already getting smaller. I will become insignificant, quite simply, in just a matter of moments. And here I am. Now, probably you can't hear me. I sincerely hope you can hear me, but you probably can't. Now that should give you an idea. An idea as to how big this thing is. But that's not what's making me go wow. What is making me go wow is there's another one just over there. There's two huge sites, two huge ancient buildings, but these buildings have a purpose beyond being a place of worship. Quite unbelievably, what you are looking at here and with the other one is ancient hospitals, but this is an ancient mega hospital. Now, this hospital was built in the 11th, 12th century, and we know for a fact that it is a hospital. It's well documented. There are in fact 102 such sites spread across the ancient empire. We even know who built it, King Jayavarman VII. But what has got me so excited is this thing is quite literally on steroids. It makes absolutely no sense. It is huge. It is really, really big. And I can say that with some conviction because I've bumped into quite a few of these hospitals and some of them I have filmed. So not only do I come round the corner and see this mega hospital, I then see that there's another one right next door. And there's nothing, and I mean nothing, that's even close to that, even comparable. So the question we are led to, and the one we must ask, is why? Now, before we delve into the mystery of the mega hospital, and believe me, this ain't just a bit bigger, it's just vast. And then to discover there's another one right next door. Well, there must be some logic applied so we can tell the story, because there are no written records. The way we're coming in is the way that those patients would have come all that time ago. Over here we see an ancient library, and my goodness, even that is more sturdier than the average. Remember, this has been here for near to 1,000 years and it's in pretty damn good condition. Oh wow, look at these three doorways. Let me just pause here for a moment. What is incredible is above these doorways, and this honestly is amazing, and I can see it also to the one on the right, the lintels are still intact. Now, you see that face that's bearing down upon us? That is Kala, the god of death.
And oh my God, I've just recognized who's above him. It's my favorite god. That is Indra. And he is atop of his multi-headed elephant who's called Aravata. And I never ever get to see Indra. It is so rare. But the god that survived it just happens to be the one that I pray to.
Now let me take a very brief moment just to explain who Indra is and why we are so closely associated, an ancient god and myself. You see, I started this quest to catalogue these ancient temples to help pull me away from a savage alcohol addiction. So imagine my surprise when I learnt the story of Indra. You see, he was a god who was out there carousing, drinking too much and messing around with too many ladies. He was a party boy, just like me. And Indra was pulled up by the other gods. Vishnu looked at him and said, "You have to change your ways. This is no way for a god to act." And he did change his ways, and so did I. But Indra, once up there with the greats like Vishnu and Shiva, is now pretty much all but forgotten. But to me, he will always be number one. Ah, my God. Ah, jeez. Oh, I am not kidding you. Oh, that is unbelievably painful. I was just recording and there's a bee's nest. I promise you. Wow, that hurts so much. There's a bee's nest amongst the blocks, and I must have irritated them. One has just bitten me on the back of the head. Oh wow, that really hurts. I got bitten in Pompeii once. In Italy, we've got these big black bees, and I got bitten by one of them. And it was so painful, I can't tell you. Or potentially, do you know what this could be? A damn hornet. Oh, give me a moment, please. Oh. Right, so after being bitten on the back of the head, and I'm telling you, you've got no idea. That was like being hit by a poker that was glowing red. I've had a look over there and there's a hornet's nest, I believe, in that library, and it's a hornet that's just bitten me on the back of the head. As we go out towards the back of this mega site, it just keeps getting bigger. It is just absolutely phenomenal that this is a hospital. The detail that has been put into it is also a clue as to what went on here. And what we will do next is take a step back, look at the clues that we have garnished, and try and work out why this place is so enormous. And to decode this site, we need to go just over here, where quite unbelievably there's a second hospital. Now this is the other hospital. Well, if we're going to be exact, of course, this is the religious centre of it, you know, the hub where the gods dwelled. So we have that enormous building just over there I'm looking at, and a secondary one here that is smaller. And I asked a question as to why. Why is this here, and why has it been pumped full of steroids? Well, we have just one answer, don't we? And that is necessity. You don't build hospitals, nothing as vast as this, if there is not the call for it. So around here must have been two things: not only a large community that needed to be served, but also a lot of people travelling down ancient roads. And I think what boosted this place so is what would boost any clinic or any business, and that is its reputation. Maybe this was the first, and then they expanded with a much larger building because people came from far and wide, and maybe medical men came here to learn the ways and potentially to pay for that knowledge, because we can never forget all these buildings are only funded by money. Faith is all very well and good, but if you don't have the filthy lucre, you ain't getting anywhere. Now, it may seem like quite a bit of a jump, but trust me, all churches and mighty temples are built on the foundation of cash. And this is the second temple at the second hospital. Now, bear in mind, the hospital itself, of course, would be wooden buildings all about. These were the shrines, the homes of the gods. And I'm taking you inside because I want to introduce you to someone. Well, a couple of people. One, it would make perfect sense, dwells here. But the other, I rarely see inside a temple. Now, what you're staring at, I have no doubt, is Buddha right here, with the Naga snakes all about him. But the gentleman I want to introduce you to is this chap. For this is King Jayavarman VII, and it was he that built 102 hospitals. Now, do not think for one moment that the irony has not escaped me. I mean, I come here to this absolute mega hospital. I got stung on the back of the head by a hornet, and my goodness, did it hurt. It felt like a red-hot poker had hit me in the back of the head. I was left writhing in pain. But my problem was, I'm at a hospital that closed nearly 1,000 years ago. A trifle late, you may say. But imagine what it was like in its heyday. It's so vast. There would have been wooden barracks all around, filled with children and old people and travellers. There'd be doctors, there would be nurses, there would be pharmacists. It would be absolutely phenomenal. I honestly, absolutely adore this site. It feeds the imagination so. And I very much hope that you have enjoyed this quick trip round an ancient place in a far-off mystical land. And if by chance you can help me build up the world's first ever video library of sites such as this, then I would be truly grateful. And how you do that is you go to www.patreon.com/temples. It's as simple as that. So until next time, as always, I wish you absolutely nothing but, of course, the very best. You be sure to take good care now.